This is the Tapetricity Sensor board. I've got two different versions of it, and in the process of making this I made a whole bunch of other parts that didn't quite work. I'll show those in a bit. But basically, for materials you need for this, you need some LEDs, a battery pack. This battery pack has been hooked up to these paper clips here. These are file cards, aluminum tape from the HVAC section of the hardware store, LEDs, roll of adhesive tape to attach the LEDs. That's pretty much the materials and tools. So what this will do is this will give you a chance to check out sensing. Now, each one of these cards has an LED attached at a certain location. And there are 4 of them in the set. And this one here, when you put it down, this one's a little bit fussy, but when you put it down, it lights up. And not quite sure, there's a loose connection there. I think it's in the tape that holds the LED down. So this is not a perfect, flawless system by any means. It's a quick system. And so this is sensor tag number 2. This one works a little bit more consistently. So there's some kind of technique between those two that one of them has, and this one has also, that the first one didn't. So with a little bit of experimenting, it'll be possible to figure that out. And so there's number 3. So each one of these cards lights up at a different location. And I set up, I worked a bunch of different panels here to try and put the tabs in different places and tape it in different ways. Some of them just had aluminum that went over just a little bit on the back side. And this one here was to be able to connect between, if there was another card here, to be able to connect a regular, this distance here is the same. And so that would allow you to have 2 cards stacked up on top of each other. The positive lead would go here, the negative lead would go here. That sort of worked, mostly didn't. So this one here is the second sensor board, and this one is definitely more involved and is a little bit more fussy. It would be better if it were built onto a piece of cardboard or coroplast or something. But with this one, what it does is, instead of sensing the location, instead of having the indicator and the tag on the same thing, the same object, what this one does is it has the sensor tag and the indicator as separate things. So with this one, you take tag number 1 and you put it down and it lights up LED number 1. So if you have it positioned right, it will just light that one up. Now I think when I moved it, I touched it wrong, but basically there's tag number 1, and tag number 2 only lights up LED number 2, and tag number 3 doesn't want to behave. There we go. And tag number 4. There. So with these 4 tags here, you can see the front has a little bit of aluminum foil coming onto the front. So you can kind of tell which one it is just by looking at the front. With this other set of tags, I put them so that they had no aluminum foil showing on the back, and you could have a word on here, you could have a picture on here, you could do different things with it. And so here's number 2, which doesn't want to behave. And we'll try number 3, see if that wants to behave. There we go. And tag number 4. Okay, so there are definitely some improvements that need to be done with this. One obvious improvement would be that things would be more consistently functioning, so that these couple of LEDs didn't light consistently. That is something of an issue. Another thing that would be really fun to do would be in replacing this panel here with leads that go to an Arduino or a Makey that allow you to put the output of this system into something else. So then you can say if tag number 4 gets put down, then something else happens. Maybe something in your video game moves or something like that. Maybe you have a word card on here, and that then responds to something in the game responds to, or the program responds to what's on the card. So maybe it's a word translation system or something like that. So there's a little Tapetricity Sensor panel, and by all means try it out. This part here has a few more supplies than the other one did. I used clothespins here and craft sticks to give it a little bit of rigidity, and there's also these panels here. These are 3-inch by 5-inch sales samples for acrylic, and all of this stuff could be replaced with different parts, and things could be laser cut or more carefully made out of wood, or any variety of things. But this is a quick way to get started with it, and hope you